Hi friends, in this small video we're going to be reviewing the latest Sony YB series of netbooks that Sony has launched recently. The one that we're reviewing today is the YB35 black color edition. So these are 11.6 inches netbooks comparable to the ultrabooks that are available nowadays by AMD. Ultrabooks basically by Intel and these kind of 11.6 inches netbooks by AMD. It supports a AMD E450 dual core processor with a 2 GB memory, 320 GB hard drive, and it is having 11.6 inches LED screen. The display screen resolution is 1366 into 768. So let's just have a look at the product today. As you can see, this comes along with a 6-cell lithium-ion battery. It has got a 10.8 volts and 3500 mAh, that is 38 watt-hour rating. And the adapter that comes along with is 19.5 volts and 2 ampere standard adapter. Let's fit in the battery into the there's a lock here which you can just unscrew these 3 screws here, and you can upgrade the RAM of the YB series. So you can see the black version is having an entirely matte finish on the top panel. It's towards the greyish side. You cannot call it jet black. It's a little greyish to be precise, but very sturdy and elegant finish because it is matte. On the inside, the standard chiclet keyboard that Sony allows in all its notebook series is there. Slightly larger keyboard if you compare the 10 inches based netbook. The panel here, the internal casing here is entirely having the same color that is there on the top panel. It's towards the greyish side. You cannot call it jet black because this is black, and this, as you can see, is the color of the laptop. The touchpad here is neat enough. It's not all that big but sufficient. It's not having any textured finish to it. It is plain matte, although you can see these granular kind of finishing, but when you touch it, it is having a matte finish only, like this finish which is textured. So this part is a little raised up, which gives you good control over the keyboard when you are working on it. There's this standard assist button which when pressed will take you to the one key recovery console, wherein you can recover the machine to its factory state. Let's have a look at the bezel here. The bezel is again having a matte finish. It does not have a glossy finish. The same color continued here too. It's having 11.6 inches LED glossy screen. It does not have a matte finish screen. The hinges are placed well, sturdy enough. The power button, although, is on the right side. As you can see, when you press this thing, the machine would boot up. Let's have a look at the different ports that this laptop has. So as you can see, this is the left side of the laptop that I'm reviewing here. This is where you put in your charging pin connector. This is the VGA port, HDMI, the heat vent where the heat is dissipated. This is the USB 2.0 port here. Laptop is neat enough. It is slim enough. As you can see, there's quite a considerable amount of spacing between the top and the base panel here. You have the memory card slots here, basically 2 memory card slots. One is for Sony proprietary stick, another one for SD and MMC here. You have the wireless indicators as well as the on and off switches placed here, which you can use to toggle the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth that is inbuilt in this thing. Coming on to the right side, you have a headphone jack, you have a mic jack, you have 2 more USB ports, a Kensington lock, and a Ethernet port. And as I had earlier shown, the base, you can just remove these screws and upgrade the hard drive or memory. So let's compare this thing with a ThinkPad X120, which is the closest competitor to this thing in terms of size and overall design. So we have kept the two side by side here for you to visualize. As you can see, there's a noticeable difference in terms of color as well as the mass. Both are having the same 11.6 inches screen, but this seems to be a little overall smaller in mass here. Let's now compare how does the two fare in terms of slimness. Let's put it on top of each other. As you can see, there is considerable amount of difference in terms of mass. So in terms of the slimness, as you can see here, it's nothing much here, but almost the same. Both are having the same 11.6 inches LED screen and the same resolution, but the ThinkPad has got a USB 3.0 port too, and the battery backup seems to be better than the Sony Vaio. The backup assured by Lenovo here is somewhere around 7 to 8 hours. 6 hours is a common on this particular thing, but Sony Vaio gives you around 4.5 hours backup on full battery. So this, my friends, is the review for the Sony Vaio yb35, the black version, and a comparison with the Lenovo ThinkPad X120E. Thanks a lot guys, thanks a lot for watching.